In this video we're going to learn how to factorize two brackets, or quadratic expressions. But first of all we're going to revise the linear factorizing, or when you've only got one bracket. So remember that you always look for a common factor, and this could be a number or a letter or both. So let's have a look at the first example. Now what is common? We've got a 4 and an 8. So the highest common factor of 4 and 8 is a 4. We're going to write this outside the bracket. We then look at the letters. So do numbers first, then letters. We've got an X in that one and an X in that one, so we can pull an X outside the bracket. And that's all. So put your bracket in and you ask yourself, what do I multiply 4x by to get 4xy? So I need a y. There it is there. Plus, what do I multiply 4x by to get 8xz? Now I need a 2 to make that 4 times 2 is 8. I've already got an x, so I don't need that. And I need a z. Close the bracket. Now always expand to check you've got the original expression. 4x times y is 4xy, yes. 4x times 2z is 40, so 8xz, yes. Okay, try the second example. Numbers first, so the highest common factor of 3 and 9 is 3, because it has to go into both of them. And look, we've got an x squared here and an x cubed. So x squared is x times x, and x cubed is x times x times x. So we've actually got an x squared in both of them. So I can pull x squared out, put your bracket in. Now if this term is exactly the same as the first term, you put a 1, because you don't have to multiply it by anything to get to what you originally had. Now what do I have to multiply 3x squared by to get 9x cubed? Well, I need a plus, and I need a 3, because 3 3's are 9, and I need another x. Check. 3x squared, yes, check. 3 3's are 9, x cubed, check. Okay, so that was what we learnt earlier in the year. Now, quadratic or double bracket factorising. Let's move this down. This would be, like we've already done expanding, x plus 4 times x plus 2, and we've used FOIL, so we get x squared, and we get plus 2x plus 4x, so I'll just do that all together, plus 6x plus 4 2's are 8. Now, this would be like me giving you this and asking you, so it's kind of like going backwards. I've given you the result, I want you to put it in the brackets. So we aim to write the equation with two brackets, and you have to work out what numbers go in the bracket and what signs. So the first ones we're going to start easy. The signs in the bracket are both plus. Plus, plus. Last term's plus, middle sign's plus. So what you can do is set up your brackets first. We know x, it has to be an x at the front of that bracket and an x at the front of that bracket, because x times x is x squared. We know that. Now there's two signs of plus, so I can put a plus sign in the middle. So you've almost got it done. All you have to work out is what numbers to put in with the end of the brackets. So to do that, you look at that last digit and you ask yourself, what two numbers multiply to the last number and add to the middle number? So what choices have we got with 6? Well, two numbers that multiply to the last number, we've got 1 times 6 and 3 times 2. There are only two choices. So go to the second criteria, they had to add to the middle number. 1 and 6 is 7, and 3 and 2 is 5. Which one am I going to pick? Look at the middle number, and so that must be, the 3 and the 2 must be my numbers that go in there. Always expand to double check, x squared plus 2x, and you're really interested in getting that middle term. You know that the last term's correct because you've chosen two numbers that multiply to give that number. But double check you get the middle term. Do you get, so x squared plus 2x, so you get plus 2x plus 3x. Does that give you 5x? Yes, must be correct. Okay, let's try these ones here. Okay, so we look at the expression and we have your instruction will be factorise. That means put the brackets in. And it's not usually brackets around there, so there's usually no brackets. Okay, so I can set up my brackets. I know it's two brackets because I've got an x squared term, an x term, and a number, and the two signs are plus. So virtually without thinking, you can get that far. Now all you have to do is say what two numbers multiply to 7 and add to 8. What choices do I have? Now 7's a prime number, so I've only got one choice, 7 and a 1. Does 7 and 1 equal 8? Yes. 7 plus 1 equals 8. So 7 there and a 1 there. And double check, x squared plus x plus 7x. Gives me that. Check. Okay, try the next one. So, and usually no brackets there, so we can just scrub those out. Okay, so we know it's two brackets. Draw your two brackets, put your x in the front of them, because it's x squared. Your signs are plus, so you know these two signs are going to be plus. Now what two numbers multiply to give 12 and add to 7? We've got more choices here. We've got 1 and 12. We've got 2 and 6. We've got 3 and 4. Now which two numbers are we going to choose to put in the brackets? 12 plus 1 is 13, so we can't use that. 6 plus 2 is 8, so we can't use that. 4 plus 3 is 7, and so that looks like those are the two numbers we're going to choose. 3 and a 4. Now it doesn't matter whether you put the 4 there. When these signs are both the same, it doesn't matter whether 4 goes first or 3 goes first. And that is factorising.